Good morning, Agyle Cellos. And sorry it's taken a little while to get this to you. I'm aware you've got just 2 days before sectionals, so you'll be pleased to know it's actually a very light little movement, this, that we'll work on today and in the sectional. So I don't think you've got too much to do, maybe some tuning in the higher sections. So I thought the sectionals, I was really pleased with the sectionals. I know there was only a few of you in the cellos, but it was wonderful to see you, and I think it was productive and helpful, and hopefully we can pass on what we explored with fingerings and things to the others. And I plan in this sectional to go over the first movement again briefly, just so it's sort of still processing or keeping fresh in the mind. And then we'll go on to the next movement. Now, as you remember, the second movement, you are banished. He didn't fancy using cellos. I think because he's aiming for a very high, warm, intense sound. So that means that sadly, or maybe happily, you get to sit back and listen to the others playing for a while. And it's not a long movement, so you'll be pleased to know. So you're not redundant for long. And then he needs his bass line back, because we always need the bass line. You can't live for long without a good, solid, wonderful bass line. So number 3, movement 3. Now this is light and playful, really, really light. Even the louds are, well, I want the contrast. So again, lots of contrast with your dynamics, please. But I think it's just playful and quite pretty and sweet. After the serene, intense, slow movement, which is very high, this is much more back into the normal register of the orchestra, but definitely playful and light and not taking itself too seriously. So what I'll do is I'll play up to the first time bar. 3, 4. So really quite sweet, and the G at the beginning kind of, I think, pull away with your bow fast, so we get a kind of a lively forte, not a kind of whoa, but a boom, as though it's setting us off as springboard. Just be very aware that the first beat, actually, you've got to rest in the upbeat, and the rest of the orchestra, the violins, ones, twos, and violas all do 2 quaver upbeat. So they go da da, and they propel you onto the G. So if you're thinking 1, 2, 3, da da, that gives you a nice little, it means you'll place it exactly in the right place when you hear da da pom, and then really come away. So you've kind of landed on that forte, and then you come away. Just a little nudge then on the first beat of the bar again. So we get this da da. And then come straight out of the texture. I want to hear that MF, C and E and G, da da da, and then sort of disappear as though you've embarrassed yourself. You've suddenly erupted, and then maybe not. Not too far, because you've actually got to go to PP in the end. So and really disappear, like I didn't actually mean to say that. And then I don't know how hard that is to find the A in tune, but I would really quickly maybe cut that D really short, and while you're playing the D, because that's an open string, isn't it, see if you can find that A as fast as possible. I'm sure John will have some valuable advice about how to get there fast. And then it's a lovely scale down, a playful light little scale, and get louder, and I think exaggerate. So I know it says get louder to P, but I think get louder than that to MF maybe, and then come away to P on the B. So we've gone from bar 6, and I presume, I don't know again about fingering, but you can use the G, I would imagine. If you find the G from B, D, G, I would then shift onto the G because I know where it is. But I'm not a cellist, so John will help you further. And then and it just can disappear into nothing. So in the end, if you're not sure where that top D is, again, almost, I don't know if you can play a harmonic. That would be really great. Just a little kind of delicate, whoop, like on the violin you can do. And that's kind of, and you know you'll get it then, and it can just disappear into nothing. But really no bow, so it can almost hide. And they're just ever so delicate with your arms really light and soft, and just, and then get ready to go straight back, because we will repeat. It's such a short movement that we will repeat. So you've done your pianissimo in the first time bar. And while you're doing a retake, can you think ba-da, and then you're in again. So you're catching that upbeat in your head. So it's always, a lot of this is about preparation mentally, so that you're not just ever starting a movement and going, oh, that's the rhythm. When the conductor is conducting you on, you're thinking, if I'm playing quavers, I'll be thinking tick, 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 tick. So when I hit the ground knowing exactly how fast my first few notes are. That's really helpful for preparation. So your preparation here is to hear the two quavers before your G, your first G. Da, da, boom. That's just so helpful. I suspect in bar 10, the bar numbers are different. It's the same. It's the same. So bar 10, or the second time bar, the first seconds of Yoda's again do a da da, and then so bar 11, I presume it's 11, 12, 30. Yes, bar 11, you've got the two quavers again before bar 11 starts. Again, that upbeat. So again, you can hear that da da before you then take on the quavers. Listen to the quavers and then take on the rhythm. And it's just this section is very legato. So I'll play from the second time bar now to the end, hopefully. Just a couple of hesitations there is because I'm trying to do bass clef on the violin and then try not to read it as alto clef, because when I, my poor brain. So lots of the same things. You've got bulges. Bar 11, I would like that really legato all the way to 14, and then 14 you can give it a good playful accent. But enjoy when you get the hairpin in bar 12. You can really go to the D, da, 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 and then really go down the scale. Then the last crotchet of 14, I would love suddenly now. So you've died away on the first beat of the bar. And really go for that. Suddenly you're getting a bit fierce, playfully fierce. And then suddenly, oh, it's just a game. And actually this time you get louder. So you could give it a little playful whoosh, like you're a teenage boy playing, or actually it's the little boys, 10-year-olds, when they go. And we don't want it that grotesque, but just a little playful, as though you're sort of whooshing like you did when you were young. And then don't get quiet immediately. Don't anticipate the pianissimo, because the first two notes are not pianissimo. This is bar 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So first two crotchets are louder, second two crotchets are quiet. It's very precise. I think he's very precise with his dynamics throughout the whole suite. This time in bar 24, you go quieter, so there's no whoosh this time. This time you go away, you've sort of shying away. So the end of 24, and again then 25, you're dying away. And then be prepared, maybe put a big circle around the rest with the pause on, because it could be a jokey very long time, or if the conductor's feeling, oh, well, that's it, we're done, then you're in. So who knows how long that rest might be. So don't anticipate and think, oh, it's the last note, oh, thank goodness for that. Wait, because there might be a wonderful before we then do the last note. And then you can really lift the weight off and die away. So I hope that helps your third movement. Very playful, very light, have fun. It's actually quite difficult if you really follow the dynamics to the letter, because they're very precise and they do play around with your expectations, which probably adds to the fun, quirky nature of the piece. So do kind of slightly exaggerate them, I think. Always exaggerate them. Yehudi Minion always said, you have to really exaggerate dynamics way more than you expect to really convey what they're saying. And I don't think if you exaggerate dynamics you can ever really go wrong, unless you're being really stupid. But I think it just adds to the enjoyment. So have fun, and I really hope to see you all on Thursday with a glass of wine maybe, and a bit more social and a catch up.